So I nearly died when I was 6 years old. And this is not clickbait, this is not uh, uh, um, uh, drama, or this is not me exaggerating. I promise you, I shouldn't be here. In 1998, I was 6 years old, and my family and other families that they knew decided to go on a vacation, family trip, family vacation. And they went, or we went rather, we went to Kruger National Park. And mind you, I'm very bad with remembering what happened in the past. Actually, my brother is very good with that. I was talking to him about it actually earlier today. And so I can't remember everything that took place there. I can remember some of the food that we ate because I like food. I like a bit too much, if you ask me, like my belly. Anyway, so I can remember some of the food, and I don't remember the animals. But anyway, we went to Kruger National Park, and this was a very exciting time because I think I had never been to vacation before this, and I don't think I've ever been to vacation after that. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So we go there, and when we there, like I said, other families are there. My brother is there. My parents are there, and normally we would go to the pools to swim, obviously. So we would go there, and then at the pool section, there's like a big pool. For the big people, for the adults, for the older people, and then there's a kiddie pool, and you know how deep kiddie pools are. So we would play in the kiddie pool, and my parents were very strict. They were like, no, don't go to the big pool or the adult pool. So anyway, we would go from time to time. I don't know how long we were there, but we would go to this pool, and we would swim in the kiddie pool for a while. So that particular day, we decided to go there to the pool with everybody. So we were there, we were swimming in the kiddie pool. And then there was this guy, Tepo. Tepo decided to leave the kiddie pool and go to the grown-ups pool, swimming pool. I'm going to say pool a lot. And then I followed suit. And I followed him. And then he jumped in the adult pool and held on to the side. And then I jumped into the pool and I didn't hold on to anything. Mind you, I'm black, all right? And I know, I don't want to promote the stereotype that black people can't swim. But, I know a lot of black people. Majority of the black people that I know can't swim. And this is where a part where I try to advise you. Go get some swimming lessons, fam. Like, what are you doing? But anyway, who am I to judge, right? So anyway, I jump in this pool and I start sinking. And I try to swim up. And I'm pedaling like up. Mind you, this is the deep end. So I'm like going like this and pedaling upwards, and I managed to get my head out of the water. And every time I get my head out of the water, I try to scream for my dad. So I'm like, Papa, but before I could finish saying Papa, I swallow some of the water and go back down into the water, into the pool. And then I think I did this like 3 or 4 times. And after that, my body gave in. And I don't know if this is the story I created in my head or if this really happened, but what I remember being inside or being submerged in that water, submerged, is English, because koa. The definition of submerged. Hey Siri, what does submerged mean?
Submerge means cause something to be underwater.
Thank you. That was information by yours truly, Siri. When I was submerged in the water, I saw like something coming my way, and then from there, I don't remember what happened. So, how? So the last thing I remember is that I was sinking, and then I wake up in hospital. You know, in the movies where you're like lying down and there are people around you, and they like, and then you open your eyes. The character that nearly died is like, where am I? How did I get here? Yeah, that was me. And I'm there and I'm spitting blood, not spitting blood, man. Yo, Gibramak. I'm like water, matey. Like I'm, what's the word? Nege kwa matey. Yeah, I forgot how to say that in English. But like a lot of water was coming out of my body, and I woke up in hospital. And I heard this, that for kids, I don't know if the stats are still the same, but for kids, back then, if you were under submerged in water for more than 3 minutes, you were gonna die. And I think I was in there way longer than 3 minutes. My parents were freaking out looking for me. They couldn't find me. And shout out to the boy that saved me. There was an older boy who saw something. Apparently the story is this boy saw something like in the deep end, and he could tell that it's a kid, and he swam and took me and saved my life. And that's how I can make this video today. Funny thing, we were now forbidden. We were told not to go to the pool anymore. And guess what we did? We went back the following day. We went back to the pool the following day, my brother, myself, and Tepo again. And I stayed in the kiddie pool. I know what made me drown. I didn't hold on to the side of the pool when I jumped in. I know what nearly killed me. You know what I mean? So I wasn't going to do that again. And if I were to jump into the grown-ups pool again, I'm not going to be stupid again this time. I'm going to make sure that, but oh boy, did we not get a whooping of our lives. Like, yobatsore sharp, like they beat the crap out of us because they're like, dude, you nearly died. And I think my brother might remember the entire story, actually, what took place. Maybe I'll one day I'll have him on the channel, and we'll discuss this. And actually, he has a story about nearly dying as well. And we went there, and my parents believed in spanking. I do too, So yeah, we'll go tell people about. Actually, I'll edit this part out. So yeah, I nearly died, and I didn't. And I've had other occasions where like I cheated death, but this is the most significant one, that every time I forget about the call of God in my life, or the enemy tries to convince me that I am worthless, or I have no purpose, or God doesn't want to use me, I think of the times when I could have lost my life. I think of the times when it all seemed dark and I was not gonna make it out, like I was in that water submerged, and I'm like, yeah, this is it, this is how I go out. I've lived a full life, 6 years. I think about those times and I remember I have a calling upon my life. I believe that God didn't allow me to die for a reason. And yes, maybe it's a controversial statement, but I believe that I'm still alive for a reason, and I think I haven't fulfilled what God has called me to do here on this earth. So, man, I'm not dying anytime soon. Thank God that I'm alive. And with this video, it's a reminder for me, and also to tell people out there that if you could have died, but you are still alive, that is a clear sign that God has a purpose with your life. Now, I'm not saying other things like if you died, God didn't have a purpose or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. Don't put the words in my mouth. All I'm saying is that I could have died when I was 6 years old. I'm 32 years old now today. And this was a reminder for me. Last night, while I was reading my Bible, I was reminded of my mission. And my mission is right there. You see that right there? That right there is my mission. I'm not the artist, I am the art. And I will be a tool in the artist's hand to spread this gospel, whether it's with my music, whether it's with these videos or whatever that I do. And I was reminded yesterday about that time when I nearly died. And I was like, man, maybe that's what I should make this video about. And you might be sitting there and you questioning whether you are called, you questioning whether you have a purpose on this earth, you questioning whether God wants to use you. And man, if you have a similar story to mine, where you could have died, where God saved you from something that was supposed to be tragic, and God saved your life, I want to tell you today, that's the enemy trying to fool with your mind. God has called you. God is going to do mighty things through you, and it might not be winning millions to Christ, no, but it might be having a life that can lead the people around you to Christ. Yep, that's today's video. Thank you for tuning in, coming to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like the video. Please share. Please comment. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.